How you doing, folks? This is the Grouchy Old Patriot. We're trying something a little different today, a little new. I thought I'd take y'all with me on a little ride along as I travel Interstate 79 through the beautiful state of West Virginia. Chit-chat a little along the way. I don't have a fancy GoPro. I've got my tablet propped up in the windshield. And we're going to see how the picture quality and the sound quality does on this. And if it works out, this may be a new segment that we call Road Ramblings, where occasionally I'll bring you along with me on a ride along and we'll just listen to an old man ramble about various topics that either interest him or piss him off. And this is just, today is going to be a test video. It's not going to be very long. Just wanted to see how this works out. If anybody has any suggestions of how to make it better, let me know. Eventually, one of these days, I may have a GoPro, but I don't now, because right now all my videos are sponsored by me, and I'm a cheap bastard. And I just thought it was a pretty day, pretty drive. I just thought I'd bring you along, let you see a little bit of where I go and what I do. Proving my 6th grade teacher didn't know what she was talking about when she said I'd never make a living staring out the window. I do it every day. Do it every day. And even though this isn't an episode of Coffee with the Grouch, I don't really have a topic to talk about today. I do have a cup of coffee, because what would a truck driver be without a cup of coffee? If y'all have any suggestions for topics you would like me to talk about, drop them below in the comments. I'd be love to hear them. I do have an upcoming episode that I'm working on putting together that goes a little more in depth into my medical preps, not just, goes a little beyond first aid and my little trauma kits that I carry here in the truck. That episode's coming up. It's in the works. It looks like I'm going to be, well, the plan is right now, when I get back to Oklahoma, I'll probably take 24 hours off, reset my logbook, and then head right out to California. I got unloaded in Bethel, Pennsylvania this morning. Probably won't get back to Oklahoma until Wednesday morning, which today is Monday. So I'll take the rest of the day Wednesday off and come into work sometime Monday. They should have my trailer loaded when I get there. All I'll have to do is chain down and head to California. But that's subject to change. Anybody that's worked at the company I've worked at long enough knows that whatever the plan was 10 minutes ago doesn't mean that's going to be the plan 10 minutes from now. I'll tell you one thing West Virginia can do with all their damn stimulus money is fix these roads. This is about the damn roughest interstate. I left Oklahoma and I ran down, jumped on I-40, ran I-40 across Tennessee over east of Knoxville, hit Interstate 81, ran it up the western side of Virginia, into Pennsylvania, and went over and got unloaded this morning. But on the way back, I decided to take, when I got back down into Maryland, I hit Interstate 70, run it west for a little while, and then jumped on Interstate 68, ran it over into West Virginia. We hit I-79 going down towards Charleston right now, just so I could see some different country. Besides, Interstate 81 was a nightmare when it comes to traffic. I don't know why people in Virginia can't drive. I drive all over the country, and Virginia is the only place I know of that you'll be going along 70 miles an hour for 5 or 6 miles, and then all of a sudden you see nothing but brake lights ahead of you, and you slow down to 5 or 6 miles an hour, or come to a complete stop for 2 or 3 minutes, and then traffic just picks up and takes off, breaks loose, goes again. No accident, no construction, no evidence of what made everybody slow down and stop. And you'll be back up to 70, you know, and do that for another 5 or 6 miles, and all of a sudden, boom, brake check again, right back down to 5 miles an hour for a mile or two, and then break loose, and everybody goes balls to the wall for another 5 or 6 miles. Don't know what causes it, but from Roanoke, Virginia, all the way up to Interstate 66 that goes over to D.C., it was just stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. But I'm not much of one for driving on the East Coast anyway, or the West Coast. You keep me driving between the Smoky Mountains and the Rocky Mountains, and I'm a happy man. I'll go to Minnesota, I'll go to Montana, North South Dakota, I'll go to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, it don't matter. New Mexico. But I don't like having to go west of the Rockies or east of the Smokies. It seems like as soon as you get over the mountains, get out of flyover country, get out of God's country, the people turn to idiots. If I do go to California next week, that's one of the ugliest damn drives. Run Interstate 40 all the way over to, go through Needles and up to Bakersfield. And from the time you leave Santa Rosa, New Mexico, until you get to Phoenix, it's ugly, nothing but desert. High Plains desert, it ain't pretty desert. And from Phoenix, Flagstaff, going on west over to Kingman, that's a pretty part of the drive, because you're up in the mountains then, you got some trees, and, a little bit of scenery. But then you fall down out of Kingman, you fall back down in the desert, get down to Lake Havasu City, cross the Colorado River into California, and you're going through the Mojave Desert, which again, ugly. I think you passed the same rock 14 times. But going to Idaho, love going to Idaho, love going up into Montana. Illinois, I could take that or leave it. Indiana and Ohio, they might as well be east of the damn Smoky Mountains, because as far as I'm concerned, they're Yankees and they're idiots. But that's just me. And if you're watching this and you're a Yankee, I'm sorry, don't really apologize, just move to a real state. I hope this video and sound is turning out pretty good. got a crew moving. I think later this week they're moving them up to Sioux City, Iowa. That's not a bad drive up that way. Go up through the Flint Hills in Kansas and up to Topeka and hit US 75, turn north. Go up to Nebraska City, hit Highway 2, go over and pick up Interstate 29 north in Iowa and run it on up to Sioux City. It's not a bad run. You can get up there in a day from our yard and get unloaded and get back the next day. If you get out of the yard in the morning. If they fiddle part around and don't get you loaded until noon or 1 o'clock, well, then you'll get up to Topeka or maybe a little north of Topeka and stop, spend the night, go on, get up the next morning, go up, get unloaded, and get back down to around Wichita or somewhere before your time runs out. End up having to spend the night 2 hours from home, which that kind of sucks. But now that they got us on these damn electronic bitch book logs, you can't cheat them. Ain't like the old paper logs where you can cheat a little bit, get home and spend the night with mama. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to drive this way going back out to Pennsylvania loaded. But deadheading, empty, it ain't too bad a drive. Kind of interested to see what I get down in Kentucky and tomorrow, how the Bluegrass Parkway, how busy it's going to be. Well, folks, that's really all I'm got for today. I just wanted to give you all a little bit of ride along with me and try something different. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and want more road ramblings with the Grouch, let me know. And if not, then let me know that too. It's not going to be something that's an every week or all the time happening, but occasionally I may throw the old tablet up in the windshield and ramble on a bit as I mosey on down the road. But as always, folks, may Liberty's torch light your path and Godspeed in all your endeavors. I hope to see you back.